You will likely have some company out there as millions of Americans are expected to hit the roads this week. WMUR's Tim Callery is live along I-93 tonight with what we can expect here at home. Tim.
Well, with Hanukkah starting tonight and Christmas on Wednesday, a lot of people are expected to be hitting the roads over the next couple of days, which means New Hampshire highways will be busy. Now, as for today, people we spoke with say, so far, so good. It's a record-setting year. According to AAA, more than 115 million Americans will travel this holiday season between now and January 1st. That is the most in nearly 20 years since the agency began tracking back in 2000. More than 3 million are expected to ride trains, buses, and cruise ships. 6 million people will take to the air, and a little more than 104 million Americans will drive to their holiday destinations. Volume on New Hampshire highways started to pick up Sunday afternoon, but people in the driver's seat telling News 9 overall it has been a fairly easy start.
Not bad. The roads are smooth. It's easy. So far, so good.
There's no stress. We're on vacation, so there's no hurry, so everything's fine.
And that continued into the night. Good news for the Lord family, who is heading back to Connecticut after a pre-Christmas celebration in Plymouth.
They're good. There's not a whole lot of traffic. I expected them to be a lot heavier than they were, but it's not too bad.
A similar sentiment echoed by Lori DeCampo, who is heading to Haverhill, Massachusetts from Goshen.
So far, so good. Yeah, I mean, people are just cruising along. They're not being, crazy, so things are looking good.
And if you're heading out on the roads, State Police is sending out a reminder that its Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign is ongoing, asking people to play it safe while behind the wheel. And so if you're still planning your route, AAA says delays are expected to be the worst the day after Christmas. We're live here in Hooksett. I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Good to know, Tim. Thank you. And it is Christmas week, but there's one more hurdle for some: air travel. Airports across the country are expected to break plenty of records this holiday season. The Monday before Christmas will be one of the busiest days at airports. And right now, here's a look at the departures board at Manchester Boston Regional Airport. Looks like mostly on time there, maybe one delayed flight. The best advice from the TSA: get to the airport early. Give yourself plenty of time there. Right now, police are looking for this suspect. Manchester police releasing new photos from an armed robbery at Bank of New England yesterday. It's one of 8 in the city in just 3 weeks. The armed robbery happened around 8 o'clock in the morning on Elm Street. Investigators are asking if you know something about this person or these cases to call the department. Commitment 2020 now, less than 2 months now until the first in the nation primary. Democratic presidential candidates Bernie Sanders and Deval Patrick were in New Hampshire today speaking to voters. Sanders speaking to a group of voters at a holiday dinner in Keene. Patrick making several stops today.
Presidential hopeful Deval Patrick met with voters in Laconia Sunday, a more recent addition to the large field of Democratic candidates. The former Massachusetts governor committing time to first-in-the-nation voters.
It's important for me to reintroduce myself to the people of New Hampshire and to listen to them.
And Patrick did just that, the smaller group making for more of a conversation, allowing people to open up about their struggles with addiction and how accessing affordable health care has impacted their sobriety.
We ought to have a robust public option inside the ACA as we continue to build and improve on the ACA, and that public option might well be Medicare.
On election security, Patrick discussed his concerns about voter suppression.
Let's have same-day registration. Let's have automatic registration when young people turn 18. Let's end the partisan gerrymandering. Let's eliminate dark money in elections.
His late entry means he hasn't had an opportunity to spread his message on the national debate stage.
We will make the debate stage in the fullness of time, but that's not the end game. The end game is winning.
Patrick continues his time in the Granite State with an event tomorrow in Manchester.
And WMUR is hosting a Democratic presidential debate along with ABC and Apple News on February 7th. That debate will be nationally televised and streamed on our digital platforms. Well, the White House has been forced to hand over new documents, and they're prompting questions about efforts to withhold military aid to Ukraine. They're adding new details also to the timeline of the incident. Among the documents, heavily redacted emails from Michael Duffy, a senior official of budget management, ordering military assistance to the Ukraine be withheld. The Senate Minority Leader is calling the information explosive.
Until we hear from the witnesses, until we get the documents, the American people will correctly assume that those blocking their testimony were aiding and abetting a cover-up, plain and simple.
The email he's referring to was sent just 90 minutes after President Trump's controversial phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Family members of James and Michelle Butler, the Rumney couple who were killed in Texas, are spending their first Christmas without their loved ones this year, but tonight they say they have received their ashes. The couple's remains were found on a Texas beach back in October after they had been reported missing. James' sister Debbie telling News 9 coordination with a local funeral home and investigators in Texas helped them get the ashes back earlier this month. They're now working on planning a celebration of life for January. No one has been charged in the Butlers' deaths, but a Utah couple is charged with stealing their camper and truck. Right now, federal investigators are trying to figure out why a small plane crashed into a frozen pond in Halifax, Massachusetts yesterday. Witnesses say they saw that plane flying low before it crashed 100 yards off the shore. The pilot climbed out of the plane onto the cockpit, yelling for help. He was rescued and uninjured. It's the final shopping push before Christmas Day. Plenty of people are packing the stores and malls out there to get gifts as Hanukkah begins and Christmas is coming up. And as Matt Reed from our sister station, WCVB, reports, today procrastinators truly shined.
With images like these, it's clear many of us still have holiday shopping left to do.
There's a lot of people who like to wait till the last minute. They just feel that it's more of an adventure, and we certainly are seeing those shoppers out here today.
While many shoppers flock to the Burlington Mall at night, earlier in the day, Newberry Street in the sun was the place to be, with temperatures in the 40s allowing people to go window shopping while also enjoying ice cream.
It's a good day to be in Boston. It's going to be 50 tomorrow, so maybe I'll shop again.
What do you hope Santa brings you for Christmas? It's unclear if Carter ever got that new chew toy he wanted for Christmas, but many humans were able to check items off their list.
I got him something at Ted Baker.
Nike sweatshirts.
I bought stuff for myself.
But while the gifts are great, the holidays are really about the people and spending quality time with friends and loved ones.
My aunt's gonna be there, and my uncle's gonna be there, and my other aunt's gonna be there, and my cousins are gonna be there, so yeah.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to add?
There's gonna be a big golden retriever, and he's really cute.
And the Burlington Mall is going to be open on Christmas Eve until 6 p.m. Inside the Burlington Mall, Matt Reed, WMUR News 9.
Looks like a fun day out there today, and tonight marks the beginning of the Jewish celebration of Hanukkah. This evening, a 13-foot tall menorah was lit at the State House Plaza in Concord to recognize the holiday. A candle is lit every night for 8 nights. Hanukkah commemorates the liberation of a sacred temple in Jerusalem from the Syrians. This is a time when Jewish people around the world pray for peace and understanding.
Hanukkah has many, many happy storylines associated with it. But if you ask me, it's that the Jewish soul and the Jewish spirit is inextinguishable. And it goes on from generation to generation. And every one of us should try to be a lamplighter and kindle the lights, then bring out the best in someone else's life.
This year marks 30 years of that menorah lighting at the State House. A 63-vehicle pileup closing a major highway still ahead tonight. What led to this chain reaction crash in Virginia? Another setback for Boeing, why its new Starliner spacecraft ended its mission 6 days early. Let's go now to meteorologist Eric Weglars with your wake-up weather.
All right, tomorrow starts the next day of the warming trend. In fact, the warmest day of the next 7. Temperatures well into the 40s and even the low 50s across far southeastern New Hampshire. A lot of sunshine, few clouds mixed in. We'll talk about how long it stays this warm and our next shot of snow potentially deeper in the forecast.
Welcome back. Tonight, a damaged Carnival cruise ship is back in New Orleans. The Carnival Glory crashed right into the Carnival Legend. The Glory was trying to dock at the port in Cozumel. Instead, it sliced right through that other ship, sending debris into the water. Carnival says at least 6 passengers on board were hurt.